go. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Chris.
Josh. Chad.
This is Sports Talk with Hardball Unlimited. Today, we're going to jump right into the rundown. We got local high school sports, MLB free agency, bowl game picks, Ohio, Michigan talk, NFL talk, and some NFL picks. So we'll jump right in. We got some local high school sports. Basketball season is well underway. And one of our undefeated teams currently is the Crestview Cougars.
Yeah.
8-0, 4-0 in the conference. Tonight, in like 2 hours, they'll be playing Buckeye Central. Probably pick up another win. Buckeye ain't very good. So, and then they go on and they play Mapleton Thursday night. Then they're off till the 7th, so they get a little break.
The Mapleton game will be a pretty good game.
Should be. They're pretty athletic.
Yeah, Mapleton's pretty good. They get up and down the floor well.
Listen, Mapleton's athletic. Crestview's fast.
Yeah.
Well, listen, no disrespect, I know you're from Crestview, but I've never really known them, like Black River, to have a really good...
We're both Mounties. So.
Yeah. Half Mountie. But I've never known them to have a really good basketball team. Like, they always have a really good football team. Like, just never really known them to have a really good boys basketball team, so good for them.
Yeah. And as of the 23rd of December, Justin Thompson was their scoring leader at 17 points, the 3-point leader at 1 point per game, and field goal leader at 50.6% for his field goal percentage. And Drake Ringler is averaging 8.7 rebounds per game and 4.3 assists. To stay within the conference, though, we'll jump right quick to the South Central Trojans.
Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
Go Trojans. Season isn't going as well. They're currently sitting at 1-3 in the conference and 3-4 overall. They play their next game against Marietta in the 3rd. Their stats: they do have the leading scorer in the conference, in Isaac Blair, averaging 24 points a game.
He's a really good athlete.
Yeah, he is.
Field goal percentage at 48.6, and he's averaging four assists a game.
Well, see, listen, the nice thing about that is at least it's early yet. Like, you can still right the ship.
Yeah, well, especially with the coaching change.
Yeah.
Got a coach that's done it for over a decade, so.
Right. One of the greats.
Yep.
Pat Durham. Shout out Pat.
Also, Hayden DeBias, he's leading the conference with 3-pointers made per game at 2.4. So we'll jump back to the Crestview Cougars and we'll talk about the girls. The girls are having a little bit rougher season. They're overall 1-6 in the conference. They're 1-3, currently on a 3-game losing streak. They don't have any games until after like the 7th of December or January, so that's it for the Cougars. The South Central girls, though, are also kind of on a skid. They're 2-4 overall, 1-1 in the conference, and they've dropped the last 2 games. The next game is against Port Clinton on the 3rd. We don't have any updated stats on the ladies right now.
Maybe Hannah Ayers can get a double-double.
I like it.
Yeah.
I believe as of like December 16th or something like that, they did have the 2 leading scorers in the conference.
Yeah.
But those stats are a little dated.
They have a really small roster, though, I think.
They do.
I think it's like 7 girls.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
rough. I mean,
you better run.
That's rough in the late part of the games.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Also, we got Lexington boys basketball, another undefeated team right now. They're 6-0, 3-0 in the conference. Friday they play Mount Vernon, and then Tuesday they play Worcester.
They're going to have their hands full. I mean, I think Coach Hamilton said they haven't been on a court in 2 weeks because the weather's been so bad.
Yep.
Yeah. Worcester's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next up, we got 2 teams playing tonight. Big game.
Big games.
Shelby boys basketball. They're 7-1 in the season. In conference, they're 5-0 in the conference play. They play tonight against Senior High. After that, they play Clear Fork on the 5th, but the Senior High game's big because they're coming in, or Shelby's coming in 7-1, Senior High's coming in 6-1 and 3-0 in the conference. Obviously, they play tonight. They'll kick off here in about 2 hours, or tip off here in about 2 hours, and then they have Madison after that. Big game for both of them.
Oh, absolutely.
This kind of tells you who's who.
That'd be the game to go see right there.
Yeah, that'd be a really good game. High scoring, defensive.
Well, listen, I mean, Mansfield can get up the court.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're really talented.
And Lex ain't no joke either. They play really fundamental basketball. I think they've won quite a few games by about fewer than 10 points, but they slow the game down a lot more than senior will. So it'll be interesting contrast of styles.
Absolutely.
I think that's it this week. Next week, look forward to more local high school sports. But we'll go ahead and jump into some bowl games because we have a lot of them. And one of my favorite things in the world are reading the names of these bowls.
What happened to that? Like, I can remember growing up as a kid and you knew all the bowl games.
Yeah.
Like, it was the Rose Bowl, the Peach Bowl.
Wait till I read this
Well,
first
listen,
one.
didn't Jimmy Kimmel get a bowl?
There's a Jimmy
There's a Jimmy Kimmel bowl.
This is why college football sucks.
So,
Outside of the Buckeyes.
are you ready, Chad, for the first name?
I guess.
Bad Boys Mower Pinstripe Bowl.
What the hell does that even mean?
Who are bad boys?
Like, are we talking Mark Lawrence and Will Smith? Like those, like Bad Boys, Bad Boys?
It's their bowl game. It's their bowl game.
They get a bowl game? Like, what do you got to do to get a bowl game? I want a bowl game.
We got Syracuse playing Minnesota in this game. Minnesota is the favorite by 10.5 points.
Big Ten, baby.
Well, listen, Syracuse is not a good football team.
Go Gophers.
Minnesota's not a good football team either.
They're better than Syracuse.
They're better than Syracuse, but they're not good.
I think 10.5 might be small.
I'm
Might be too less. I think Minnesota could beat them by 30.
Yeah, I'm with Minnesota as well on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gophers. Big Ten, baby.
Big Ten. Next up, the first of two, we got the Cheez-It Bowl.
I like Cheez-Its.
What? Are you being serious with me right now?
I am being serious.
You wouldn't attend the Cheez-It Bowl?
Like,
We got Oklahoma playing Florida State. Florida State favored by 9.5.
it's a big line.
It's a big line.
It is a big line.
I don't trust betting bowl games though because you never know.
Right.
You don't know. You don't know who's playing. I mean, you really got to go in depth.
Yeah.
A lot of kids that aren't in the national championship hunt, check them out.
And we get a lot of blowouts.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Florida State favored by 9.5. I think that's about right. I'm going to take Florida State.
Florida State.
Yeah, I would take Florida State as well.
Next up, we have the Valero Alamo Bowl.
Like the gas station?
Yes.
Yeah.
In that game, we got Texas playing Washington.
A Valero somewhere in Texas, since it's the Alamo Bowl.
Texas is favored by 3 in this game.
Like, I remember the Alamo Bowl. Like, I didn't know Valero had anything to do with the Alamo.
There's a Valero in Texas.
Oil's big time in Texas.
Awesome.
Texas playing Washington. Texas favored by 3. You got Josh.
You know who played in Texas?
Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy. My favorite quarterback, Longhorns.
I'm taking the Longhorns as well.
Like, you pick all these guys that aren't very good.
Listen, Colt McCoy.
He's still in the league.
He's still in the league.
Cool. Yeah. What's the line?
He was good in college. He was really
Texas
good in
is favored by 3.
Yeah, we're going Washington.
Ooh.
Go Puppies.
Now, Chad, you might be a fan of this one.
Oh.
We got the Dukes Mayo Bowl.
I like Duke's mayonnaise. What? I like this bowl.
And in
Put it on a sandwich. It's delicious.
in that game, we got Tua's little brother with Maryland playing NC State. NC State favored by a point.
Yeah, I like NC State here. Maryland,
Maryland can score points.
Maryland can score points. Can they stop anybody? No, I'm going NC State. Just because Russell Wilson.
Big Ten, baby. Go Maryland.
I'm going to take Maryland as well. Next up, we have. You ready for this one, Chad? We have Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
Jesus. What? Is that a thing?
It's a good cereal.
It's overrated.
You wouldn't wear a tiger on your...
Listen, if I wanted Frosted Flakes, I could just get Corn Flakes and put some sugar on them.
I'd wear the tiger on my jersey. Who's playing?
That game, we got Pitt playing UCLA. UCLA is favored by 5.5.
Well, Troy Aikman went to UCLA. I like him. I'm going Pitt. Dan Marino. You should like that.
I do. I'm a big Dan Marino fan. UCLA.
Yeah, UCLA.
No. Pitt.
Next up, we have the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl.
Like, is there going to be booths set up outside, like, so you can do your taxes and
eat gator.
Drop your taxes off and go watch a football game. I mean, that's better than what I do.
Bowl gator too.
There you go. That's better than what I do now.
awesome.
Yeah. We got the Notre Dame Fighting Irish playing South Carolina. Notre Dame favored by 2.
Yeah. I don't like Notre Dame in bowl games. I feel like they get exposed. I'm going Gamecocks.
I think Marcus Freeman kind of figured it out in the year. I know they don't have the quarterback playing. I'm going to take Notre Dame.
Never have liked Rudy or Notre Dame, so I have to go with South Carolina.
Hold on. Whoa. How do you not like Rudy?
Because he went to Notre Dame.
Have you watched that movie?
I have watched that movie. As a Michigan
To
fan,
me,
as a Michigan
you
fan,
could have been Rudy.
I don't like Rudy.
You are Rudy.
You could have been Rudy.
No.
Would you like Rudy if he would have went to Michigan?
I would have been, yeah, sure. But better than Notre Dame. I don't like Notre Dame. I don't like anything about Notre Dame.
I don't either, but I mean, it's still a good movie.
Rockabishmael.
Like, if Rudy never made it in that game, I'd be okay with that. Like, it's so bad. Like, when they all threw their jerseys down, like, no.
Oh, listen, that never happened.
Well, then there you go. See, Rudy's alive. So's Notre Dame.
But he didn't get in.
They drop it.
All right. We do have a newcomer to the bowl game.
That's awesome.
We have the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl.
I love Dave Portnoy.
Yeah,
And we got us a Ohio team playing in that game.
Awesome.
We got Ohio playing Wyoming. The
Yeah.
Bobcats.
Yeah.
Ohio's favored by 1.5 points.
Really?
Yep.
That's cool then. I mean, I'm from Ohio, Wyoming.
Ohio.
Bobcats.
To beat Wyoming?
Mac school. I like the Mac.
Listen, out there in Wyoming, them guys are tough.
Oh,
They're probably like ranchers.
I'm
They probably go to practice and herd their cattle all at the same time.
Yeah, probably do.
They probably do.
Probably how they practice.
Cowboy strong.
Yeah, they're going to win.
Next up, we have the Capital One Orange Bowl.
I can get down with that.
It makes me think of Major League when they're doing the credit card pose.
When he's
Never steal home without it.
Yeah.
Never steal home without it. We got Tennessee playing Clemson. They got Clemson favored by 4.5. I think Clemson's overrated. I'm taking Tennessee here.
I think Clemson's overrated too, but I think Tennessee's overrated.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Clemson.
Backup quarterback, right? Still? Yeah, I'm going with Clemson.
All right. That's all the games on Thursday and Friday. So we'll move on to some of the bigger games.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Let's move on.
Saturday, the All-State Sugar Bowl. I wonder if that guy that does the All-State commercials is going to announce the game.
Dennis Hayward, he was in Major League. Just throwing that out there.
I hope he announces
Little
the game.
facto.
Pedro You know how we now, Jobu?
I do it myself. We got Alabama playing Kansas State. Alabama favored 6.5. Pissed off Nick Saban.
Yeah, listen, I'm not a big Alabama fan, but yeah, I think Nick's going to try to prove something. He's probably upset he didn't make the playoffs, so I'm going to go Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah, no. Oklahoma State.
Not Oklahoma State.
Who do they play?
They play Kansas State.
Oh, listen. Oh, Kansas State. That's not a
Who's that? Who they playing?
All right, Chad.
Alabama.
Chad, this one's a good one for you.
Okay, beautiful.
We have the Trans Perfect Music Bowl.
I don't even know what that means.
Is it played in Tennessee?
I don't think so.
I mean, music.
Would it be played in Cleveland?
Oh, that's true. Hall of Fame.
Could be. I doubt though. They ain't giving us.
They're going to want something to warm. They ain't gonna
Yeah.
want cold.
I don't know.
We got Iowa playing Kentucky. Bluegrass.
Yeah.
Madison boy playing for Kentucky.
Bluegrass too. That's music.
Oh, listen, Iowa bad.
Tim Couch played for Kentucky.
He did.
I like him.
Listen, I love Big Ten. I've been going Big Ten, but Iowa is bad. Their defense is bad.
Really
I can't
bad.
believe they got a bowl game.
I can't either. So this will be the one I go against the Big Ten. I'm rooting for Iowa, but I'd say Kentucky.
Kentucky. They don't get to play in front of all the kids.
Do you root for the Big Ten in general?
I do. I enjoy.
I don't root for any.
I root for the Big Ten.
I don't know.
I'm also also going to take Kentucky here.
I will take Kentucky as well.
Next up, we have the VRBO Fiesta Bowl.
Yep.
TCU playing Michigan. Who you got, Chad? Wait, I'm gonna state this right now. If Chad, if Chad picks TCU to win, he's scared of Michigan. If he doesn't pick TCU to win, he's a Michigan fan.
Well, that really leaves me in a lose-lose situation here, doesn't it?
Michigan favored 7.5.
That's too high.
Who you got?
Yeah, the team up north.
I'll take Michigan as well.
You know where I'm at. Listen, I think TCU has a really, really good offense. And I think they'll score. But their defense hasn't been anything to write home about. Michigan runs the football like they have all year. I think Michigan wins that football game.
Well, listen,
Oh, we'll get into this. We have a whole section for Ohio State Michigan talk. So we'll move on to a bowl that you should like, Chad. You like Chick-fil-A?
I love Chick-fil-A. I'm going to get it tomorrow. It's going to be at Lowe's, FYI.
Do you like peaches?
I love peaches.
So the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl
Chicken and peaches.
It's in Atlanta.
between Ohio State and Georgia.
Yeah. Ohio State can't win that game, right? Buckeyes!
I was hoping he was going to do what you did. You know, they can't win that game. 20 years in the shoe, or 100 years in the shoe. I mean, Stroud might be the best thrower of the ball in the history of the world. I got to take the Buckeyes as a Buckeyes fan. I think
they're better.
It's a test. I don't know if they're better or not.
They're better.
It's a test.
Listen, again, the Big Ten, I love the Big Ten, but I have said since we started doing this podcast, I really thought Georgia's the best team in the country, and I think they've handled themselves very well. They've won games they have not played well in and still come in late. I do think Ohio State can beat Georgia. I do not think they're as bad as people played them off to be.
Who you got?
Georgia.
Georgia by Josh.
That's disgusting.
All right. And with you, Georgia game, we move on to Monday, and we get the Relia Quest Bowl.
Again, I don't know what that is.
Me either. But it does have Mississippi State playing Illinois.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, Mike Leach.
Mike Leach.
See how they play without him.
I think they come out fired up.
I
I got Mississippi State in this game.
I think they come out fired up too, but I got Illinois.
Listen, I think they come fired up. They can win that, but I'm gonna root for Illinois. Big Ten.
All right. Next up, we got the Goodyear Cotton Bowl.
Okay, I know what that is.
Yep. We got Tulane playing USC. USC's favored by 2.
Over the Green Wave.
Over the Green Wave. You had a good season.
Yeah, I don't like USC, but I appreciate them. Tulane.
I think better athletes in the end, USC.
USC as well. I think coaching in the end too. Next up, I said there was 1 of 2. Remember right?
Yeah.
We got the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl.
Cheez-It has 2 bowls.
2 bowl games.
That's how good they are. 2 bowls.
They're not good.
Yeah, they're good. I like Cheez-Its.
I like
the white cheddar. I like the white cheddar.
I think next year we go with Twix Left and Twix Red Bowl.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Or a Hardball bowl.
But listen, Cheez-Its are very overrated snack.
Are they better than Goldfish?
They're better than Goldfish.
I agree.
I don't like Goldfish either.
I like Goldfish, but
I do too.
I like the white cheddar Cheez-Its. They're really good.
I like the Pepper Jack Cheez-Its.
Yeah. Doritos. Why didn't Doritos get a bowl? Those are good.
They should get a bowl.
They have all the commercials.
Oh, that's because they're good.
In that game, we have LSU playing Purdue.
LSU.
Biggest spread, 14.5 for LSU.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
That might be a understatement.
Go Purdue, but I think LSU wins that game.
Yeah, LSU wins a game all day.
I'd take Purdue with points.
And lastly, we have the most famous bowl of all time, the Rose Bowl.
Granddaddy of them all.
Yeah, and they got Penn State playing Utah. A very good.
And listen, it is old school Pac-12,
Yep.
Big Ten. At least you get that.
Utah is very good. Very good. Football.
Utah is very good. They're a very good football team. But, I think Penn State's a good football team, but I'm going to go – I'll go upset. I'm sure Utah will probably pick the win, aren't they?
Yeah, 2.5 points.
Let's go Penn State.
Yeah, no.
Upset.
Yeah,
Big Ten, baby.
No, Utah.
Yeah.
Man, they are so physical.
They are really good. They are really good.
They're physical. Like, they beat USC up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, they did.
And that's it. That's all the bowl games. So we'll go ahead and move on to the two that really matter. Ohio State playing Georgia, Michigan playing TCU. We'll start with the 4 o'clock game, Michigan TCU. What do you have, Josh? What do you have looking forward to that game?
Listen, again, I think TCU got really good offense, mobile quarterback that can throw and pass. I think Michigan really has to pay attention to that. But I think they've seen that too. I think the Ohio State game prepared them for a game like this. I think defensively TCU hasn't been as good. I don't think the Big 12 has been very good on defense, anybody. I think they'll try to keep a high score. I say Michigan wins it. TCU probably tries to come back late, and I think that's when Michigan's defense maybe get a couple turnovers.
So I did some research in their talk about practices the last few days, and a few things that stuck out to me. They were saying J.J. McCarthy, he looks ready to rock. He's stoned in. They did say Edmonds is still casted up, and that freshman running back Ben Hall looks like a man. Looks ready to rock, like ready to go. They had some questions about Oluwatwa, whatever his name is, as Chad would say. Ready?
That was the correct pronunciation of that.
Oh, but he's their starting center, been their anchor all year.
Yeah.
He was in a walking boot all week. So there's some question marks there. What's going on with that?
Well, listen, I'm sure it's not the first time an offensive lineman has played.
I expect him to play 100%.
That's the best lineman.
And his name was Matsutaka Yoshida.
But I had 3 keys to victory for Michigan that I saw. Will Johnson Jr., DB, cornerback for Michigan. He has to dominate in the secondary. He played against Marvin Harrison, did his job, they won the game. They got some good receivers at TCU. If he can do his job, they win that football game. Next up, they have to make Duggan throw the football. Cannot let him beat you with his legs. If you let him become versatile, doing both things, it's going to be a hard game to win. And lastly, they need consistent running from Edmonds. Yeah, Edmonds had 2 explosive big plays. Edwards in that game with Ohio State. We need to see him pounding out 4 to 5 yard runs and eating clock when it's necessary. I think that's a big thing they lost with Corum being out. He needs to be that guy. He needs to be able to make those big plays, but when he's not making big plays, 4 or 5 yards. 4 or 5 yards. 4 or 5 yards. And I think that's the keys to victory for Michigan over TCU. What do you have in that game, Chad?
I don't really care. I mean, I hope Michigan wins just because I'd like to play them again. I don't think it'll be as easy as. I don't think they can just go in there and walk through TCU.
I think they're like. What I see though is. Was when Kansas State beat them, they got out physical. That's what makes Michigan seem like a team that can come out and just beat them. Because Michigan is extremely physical up front.
The problem I would see in the Michigan game is Michigan likes to play a lot of man. Like, if you better have a spy then on Duggan.
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree.
Because if you don't,
Go
and C.J. Stroud can't get you ready for that. Because C.J. Stroud
can't run.
0%. I mean, that's the only. I mean, I think that's the only way TCU has a chance.
Yeah, Duggan has to take over the game.
Duggan has to take over the game, and he did. I mean, he did.
Yeah,
he took it over in the fourth quarter.
But see, that's the game they lost in the Big 12 championship. He played out of his mind.
Wasn't enough.
Their defense just couldn't stop anybody. And I think that's what – I agree with everything you said.
Well, I mean, it's going to come back down to JJ.
It's going to have to be – I think Duggan's going to have to try to throw late and try to win that football game. And I just think Michigan's defense is better than TCU. I think they'll get more stops.
They probably – I mean, Duggan, they're going to have to pull off like a Heisman-like performance for them to beat them. Because I think Michigan's a more complete football.
Well, they're
team.
more physical. They run the football better. I think Duggan's better than JJ. We can all agree on that.
I think that they'll follow a little bit of the Ohio State blueprint that worked in the first half. Maybe they'll be smart enough to leave a safety back.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're gonna load the box and try to stop the run.
Well, I imagine that defensive line is going to get their licks.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, they're going to get their licks on everything TCU has. So, if they're able to get after him, I'd like Michigan's chances.
I agree. Next up, though, we got the Buckeyes taking on the Bulldogs. Big game in Georgia. Basically a home game for Georgia. Tavion Henderson and Pryor are both out. So it's Mayan Williams who did not show up to practice on Wednesday.
Okay.
So Dalen Hayden took a majority of the snaps at practice. Cameron Brown, corner Matt Jones, both are returning healthy inside lineman and a
That's big
DB.
because Jalen Carter's a man inside.
Yeah. Marvin Harrison Jr. States he's excited to play a villain. He came out. He said, "I want to play the villain. I want to ruin this for them."
No,
Best
listen.
receiver in college football.
I know I've said it before, I know a lot of people look at that score in the Michigan game and think there was a big gap. Listen, there was 2 blown coverage, plays that Michigan got, and Edwards is a good running back. I don't think Ohio State is a bad football team, and I do think Ohio State can hang, and I think they can beat Georgia. I don't,
Especially now that they've seen athletes like what Michigan is.
Oh, sweet Jesus!
I think you can't let Georgia get off to a big lead because Georgia does play well late.
They run the football.
You've got to be able to run the football. You've got to keep it close. But
Well, listen, I don't the more and more I think about it, I don't know if it's going to be as high scoring as people think.
no, that's what I mean.
I think it could be a defensive game.
Yes, I think Ohio State just has to keep it close because if Georgia gets a big lead,
No, I don't think Ohio State can keep it close. Ohio State has to start fast.
they've got to keep it close in the fourth because Georgia plays really well in the fourth quarter.
Right. It's about winning quarter
You
one.
don't be down
three.
17 in the fourth quarter because that's it. Georgia's going to run it down your throat.
Yeah, I agree. I had 3 keys to victory for the Buckeyes as well. Obviously, the biggest thing for me, I need to see an offensive defensive line that can play more physically than they did against Michigan. Got ragdolled around. You can't play like that against Georgia and expect to win. I need to see us running the ball successfully, kind of like I said with Michigan. 4 to 5 yard runs need to be consistent. We can't just have breakout runs for 30. We need to be able to just move the chains. And then lastly, I think Stroud has to dominate the game. Plain and simple. He has to play better. He can't play afraid like he has. He has to play like the Heisman favorite he was coming into the year. And plain and simple. If he does that, we win. If he doesn't, we lose. It's all on his shoulders.
Yeah, I mean,
believe this.
can we get some Chip Traina?
Yeah.
Can we get some handoffs to that guy?
I think this needs to be a coming out party because I think everybody knows Stroud's super good, but we've never seen him the attitude along with hey, I'm good. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna shove it down your face. I need a little excitement, a little attitude.
I don't think that's the kind of guy he is.
Oh, I think he needs that to win the national title.
What he needs to do is make completions to Marvin Harrison.
I mean that too, but he needs a little bit of an attitude check to.
What he needs is for Ibuka to win one-on-one.
One-on-ones. Anything else on those 2 games? You guys have anything looking forward to, or?
No, listen. I think the playoff committee got it right. I think these are the 4 best teams. I think we're going to have 2 really good games, 3 really good games. I think they're all fit in.
I mean, I don't think it's the 4 best teams, but I think
Alabama better than TCU.
Absolutely, Alabama's better
So,
than TCU.
speaking of that,
Let me ask you, hold on. If Alabama was to play TCU at a neutral site tomorrow,
I think Alabama wins.
who's favored?
I think Alabama wins.
No, who's favored? Just who's favored in Vegas?
Alabama.
Absolutely.
No, 100%.
So they're not better.
But I mean, listen, it's they have followed suit to what they have done for a long time. You don't see a lot of 2-loss teams making it into the playoffs.
Right, but then say it's the 4 most deserving teams, not the 4 best teams.
That's a better way to say it. That's a better way to say it.
Because TCU deserves it more than Alabama.
I'm not sitting here like I was last year with Cincinnati. I'm
No,
not saying
that was a joke.
Right, but I'm just saying, like I'm not
For Notre Dame.
upset. But listen, you'll have a few of them. Is it next year or 2 years? They're going to
2 years. 2 years.
You'll have some Cinderellas, but you'll get all your big boys though. You'll get a really good playoff.
Get to see some March Madness-esque football.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then, like, what do they start doing? Like, when people, like, do they have to start, like, getting other people ready earlier? Because, listen, when it goes to 12, now it's a gauntlet. So if you're a top 10 pick, and you don't want to play in 1 bowl game, do you want to play in 3?
Yeah, I think I would say if you don't want to play in it, you're done. Done the playoffs. I don't think you need to let people jump in and out.
Right, like, so can they take the first 2 off, and you win, and then they're like, oh, hey, we're playing for the Natty.
Right.
I'm back.
Or you get, like, maybe a 1 playing a 12, and that 12 is Cincinnati, and it's Alabama as a 1. Well, we're going to win that football game.
Right.
So just let everybody hang out and sit and get ready for the – yeah. I think they need to do something with that. If you sit out 1, you're done for the playoffs. Like, that's your decision.
And you're not hurt. Right. If you're a healthy scratch.
Yeah, if you're a healthy scratch because you want to go to the NFL draft and then all of a sudden, oh, we're in the championship. I don't want to come back. I don't.
Yeah, no, listen. I'm playing with some slow pitch guys like that. Hey, I don't want to play game 245, but we made it to the championship.
I'm in.
Brian Mathis.
All right. Anything else?
No, I'm excited for the game.
Listen, I think the Buckeyes are going to have to spread Georgia out.
It's on the strap.
And I think the screen game is so big in that Georgia game because, man, those front 4 from Georgia want to get upfield. Let Jalen Carter go, throw some bubble screens.
Here's my biggest fear. Can Stroud stand in the pocket?
Well, he's got to.
But can he? We've never seen him do it, really. He's scared. He plays scared.
Well, I mean, they got to get – they just got to get some touchdowns.
Cojones.
Well, yeah, that too. Listen, I think they're going to be just fine. I expect to be dancing on the ceiling come Saturday night.
If they lose, Chad eats hot ones.
Listen,
Chad likes hot ones.
I like the show. I don't want to eat the 9.
Didn't even know there was a show.
It's awesome.
But you heard it here. Chad will eat hot ones if the Buckeyes lose.
I will. Listen, I'm confident. I'm not going to do it.
It'll be a special event with Hardball. We'll make Chad cry.
I'll be way more sadder about the Buckeyes losing than I will have them eating hot stuff. Don't ruin my whole year.
And on the other side, we have Josh. If Michigan loses,
I never agreed.
He will not be eating hot ones. Instead, he'll be like getting pampered with a little fan. Things are too tough. Get him a cabana boy.
I would pay to
only if Chad's the one winning.
I'd be a good cabana boy.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with some NFL talk. So we'll be right back. And we're back. Time to jump into some NFL talk. A lot of big things happened today.
Big
things. The Raiders have officially benched Derek Carr.
So they can cut him.
And are starting Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah.
Cool first name. I like Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett.
Jarrett Wright. He's a bum.
Jeff Jarrett, though. He was a good wrestler.
Really good for 1 year, though. Really good for 1 year.
Dale Jarrett. Great NASCAR driver.
Yeah.
That's a last name.
Still Jarrett. Still Jarrett.
Is that the only Jarrett you know?
Yep, that's it.
I feel like there's another one.
I don't know any. But goodbye, Derek Carr. Your career is officially over.
Yeah. Listen, I rooted for the guy, but I mean, look at numbers. It's just
he'll be a Colt next year.
I see Russell Wilson to the Colts all the time now. Also, Tua's out with concussion. That means it's officially the Teddy Bridgewater show.
He might be better.
Oh, Lord.
I'm not joking.
Listen, he'll play well enough to give you a chance to win a football game.
He's going to be better than Tua.
Tua's the number 1 rated quarterback in the NFL right now, passer rating.
Okay.
By a lot.
Well, he's just lost his last 3 starts.
He did, but
Just got beat by Aaron Rodgers that I predicted on this show.
we know you love Aaron Rodgers, Chad.
I know,
Okay.
but listen, I think they're going to be a dangerous team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, listen, like, Watson, like, that guy's legit. Like, he's a legit target for him.
Yep, I agree. Also, Wentz is stepping back in as the starting quarterback in Washington. Carson Wentz is back, baby. Who cares? Who cares?
Well, and, like, they're right there, right?
Ish.
They're, like, they're within, like, a half a game of, yeah, like, they need to win 2 games. You're in the playoffs. The whole NFC East is in the playoffs. So
Like,
Washington's in.
5 years ago, you'd laughed at that.
Yeah, so Washington, I think Washington does have the last playoff spot. Because
they have to win, though.
They have to win. And you think the best option is
Carson
Wentz?
North Dakota State. Or South Dakota State.
That should have been the first clue he was not going to be good. He went to North Dakota State.
I also did see today that the Broncos came out and said they still believe in Russell Wilson.
Well, for the money they're paying.
They have to believe in him, right?
Yeah.
No. You don't.
Who's next in line?
Who cares? It ain't him.
He's getting paid no matter what.
Just cutting.
Oh my, that's a lot of money.
That would go down as the worst contract in sports history.
Yeah. Somebody has to be willing to take him.
I don't think they take him for his contract, though. Like, they're going to pay a lot of money.
Yeah, well, listen. What are you going to do? Suck every year?
They did before that. They haven't made the they have the longest drought after winning the Super Bowl in NFL history. It's 7 years they haven't made the playoffs.
Good. I still don't like them for the drive, so, and the fumble.
They seen my Bears?
But you made the playoffs after you won the Super Bowl. They have not made the playoffs.
Oh, after. Okay, I got you. Okay, yeah. Yeah, they made the playoffs that next year.
Yeah. Also, saw E.D. Reed just got him a new head coaching job at Bethune-Cookman. Never heard of it.
This is probably blasphemous to say, but Ed Reed's one of my all-time favorite football players ever.
He's one of my favorite football players ever.
Like that
He was
dude.
a absolute.
I think that guy, he might be top 5 all time.
He's
and
the
just
best
play.
at the position to ever play.
Yeah, best safety ever.
Yeah, him and Troy. I think you gotta.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some arguable. Ronnie Lott has to be in there, but
He was a stud. Like,
Ed Reed he could do it all. And he owned Tom Brady in Tom Brady's prime, and I'm a fan of that.
I mean, that's one of my favorite Pat McAfee shows ever. Like, they were lining up to do a fake field goal, and Troy he's like, they never put anybody in the C gap, and for some reason Troy decided to stay in the C gap, and Pat's like, we are kicking it, and they're like, what? I mean, it's Troy. Obviously, you'd probably still run it if it was Ed Reed. He goes, E.D. Reed? You think I'm running against E.D. Reed?
And Ed Reed would lay you out.
Oh.
And he ran a 4.2, 5.40.
Yeah, he was insane.
Like, one of my favorite players ever.
Yeah.
He could do everything. He could have probably played offense. He probably could have been a really good wide receiver.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, for sure.
He had amazing ball skills.
Anything else you see around the NFL?
No, that's it.
Deshaun Watson still sucks.
That he does.
The Browns still horrible.
Jalen Hurts is still hurt. Oh, the Iron Man, J.J. Watt, officially announced his
Oh,
retirement.
yeah.
He's sitting in a lake, a frozen lake. Did you see that? In the picture? They cut a block out of the ice.
Oh,
of
I
a lake,
seen that.
and he just sat there.
He was sitting in it, recovering from an injury.
He's a man.
Yeah.
That's insane. I'd just die. I'd just freeze there and
He's the
die.
second best wide in his family.
I mean, TJ's still not near his level. At his prime of his career, like, look at his statistics. TJ is great. Like, he had a great season. JJ had a great career.
TJ will be better.
I think so too. I think he has the makings to be better, but like, not even close yet. Like, calm down.
I'm not calming down.
Anything else we see? Jalen Hurts still hurt.
Kevin Stefanski, fire him.
I don't know.
No, fire him.
I don't need to fire him. You need to not let him call plays.
Isn't that the same old Browns?
Yes,
thing?
I don't think he needs to be.
Have you seen this crap?
Listen, I see what you're saying, and I kind of agree with Chris. Like, I think you got to take the play calling away.
He's a great head coach. Bad play caller.
before you just.
No, they should have won because
get rid of it.
Njoku. How do you drop that pass?
He's a great head coach. A bad play caller.
Like, why are we not running the ball with Nick Chubb? Like, why? I still don't like. Does he not like Nick Chubb? Does he not like him? You don't want him to touch the ball?
Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't matter anymore because we suck and we're not making the playoffs. But we'll digress. We'll move on. We'll do our NFL picks so we can get out of here. We got Thursday night. The Cowboys playing the Titans. The Titans have been on a bad streak.
Do better, Mike.
Do better, Mike. Who you got?
Cowboys.
Eddie George. He's a Buckeye. Titans. We're gonna right the ship. Right the ship.
Cowboys.
They almost got beat by the Eagles.
Almost.
The best team in the NFL.
Without their best player.
Well, you said they were better off without him.
Well,
At
I
this-
was
Isn't that
wrong.
what you said,
I
Chip?
was wrong.
At this time of the year, I just win.
Yeah.
I don't care
That's
if
what
it's
the
by
Titans
1
are
or
gonna-
by 20. Just
That's what the Titans are going to do on Thursday.
They're gonna win.
All right, and then on Sunday, New Year's Day, we got the Brownies playing the Commanders. Carson Wentz is back. Carson Wentz versus Deshaun Watson.
We're going to get beat by Carson freaking Wentz.
You taking Commanders?
Yeah.
Commanders. I think they're in must-win mode.
I agree.
The Browns are bad.
Yeah.
I agree. They're in must-win mode, so I'll take the Commanders as well. Next up, we got the Cardinals playing the Falcons. The game of who cares? Two terrible birds.
Yeah. Oh, like that's bad.
The coin toss.
Falcons.
Falcons.
Okay.
Falcons home.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, with two bad teams.
I didn't write that. I think they should be at home. Yes.
Falcons.
Bears playing the Lions.
Yeah. Oh. I knew that's going to be
Are the
funny.
Bears gonna lose the Lions?
Absolutely they are.
Did they win the first game, or who won the first game?
Lions.
Are they gonna lose
The
the Lions?
Lions won the first.
Are they gonna lose two games to the Lions?
Listen,
When's the last time that
at
happened?
this point, aren't they like number 2 pick? No,
Hey,
lose Lions.
Honestly,
We need the Bears to lose.
When's the
Lions.
last time the Bears lost 2 games in the same season than the Lions? It's been a long time.
Well, I mean, the Lions are going to win, so I'm going Lions.
That's what I'm saying. I agree with Lions.
I need the Lions to win. There's the Bears get nothing out of winning any of these last 2 games.
So you can get...
Right now, they're in a 2 spot for a draft pick.
They'll probably draft defense, too.
That's what they're known to do, but I hope not. Like, we need to
Pick 7 offensive linemen this
we
year.
need to get an offensive line for Justin Fields.
Well, maybe if they're at number 2, they'll go get C.J. Stroud.
Oh Lord.
Then you have a really good backup quarterback.
Listen, I like Justin Fields.
Well, you'll like
No,
C.J. Stroud even more.
I don't
good.
think so. Fields is better than
I'm
C.J.
good.
Stroud.
No way.
Yes way.
Like, Fields has proven he can handle himself with a bad offensive line.
Cool.
Fields is better than C.J. Stroud.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No.
Yes.
Stroud's never played in an NFL game.
That's why Stroud's better.
Hey, how many times did Fields lose to Michigan?
0.
How many times is Stroud?
Twice.
Yeah. So shut up, yeah.
But hey, if he's 1-2, if he goes 1-2,
And wins
No.
the national title?
then it's all forgiven, CJ.
Again.
You'll live in Buckeye lore.
No need to win this football game. So, go Lions. Win it by 30. I don't care. The Bears don't need to win anything. We're not in the playoffs.
They'll probably trade down if they're in the second
To
pick.
get more picks, I don't care. Just get an offensive line.
I
That's
agree.
not gonna happen.
Next up, we have Broncos country. Let's ride versus the Chiefs. 3, 2, 1.
Chiefs.
Chiefs. For sure. Like,
It's
Wow.
Patty Mahomes' time.
Dolphins, Patriots. Teddy Bridgewater, much better team around him. Like, they have way more talent than Patriots do.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Dolphins.
Yeah, I go Dolphins.
Yeah,
Hey, Patriots just seem the Patriots just seem to find a way to lose nowadays, too.
They do.
Like, very uncharacteristic Patriots team.
I really realized that I hate the Miami Dolphins. I hate everything they're about.
That's disgusting.
I hate their colors.
I like Ted Ginn. I'm sorry you ever had to play there.
Next up, Colts versus the Giants. Giants.
New York State of Mind.
Yeah, Giants.
G-Man.
Giants all day.
Yep.
Saints, Eagles.
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 Saints.
Why?
Chris Olave.
Buckeye.
He's a Buckeye.
Michael Thomas.
Buckeye.
Panthers, Buccaneers. That's a bad game. Tom Brady's the greatest of all time. I'll take Tom Brady.
Sam Darnold went to USC with his dad. Roots for Ohio State. Panthers.
12 games. Tommy touchdown. Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. I agree. Next up, we got Niners playing the now Jarrett Stidham Raiders.
Brock Purdy. Super Bowl MVP. Brock Purdy. All guy does is win. All he does is win. 49ers. And they're going to win the Super Bowl.
Niners not going to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, they are going to win the Super Bowl.
Listen,
Niners not going to win the Super Bowl.
really good defense. Purdy seems to do enough not to turn the football over.
Do enough.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not ready to say he is the next Joe Montana in San Francisco.
Jimmy Garoppolo, already gone. Already gone. He's gone.
Say that.
Trey Lance.
Got a really good defense.
Trey Lance, gone.
49ers win.
The Super Bowl.
Listen, they're my
This
pick
will
to
be
go.
a fun pick for Josh. We have the great Minnesota Vikings playing the great Green Bay Packers.
I hope they both lose. Tie. Root for tie.
I believe right now.
Would hurt both of them.
I believe right now they're supposed to play each other in the first round.
Yeah. Who you got?
I mean, if there's the Vikings, I can't stand, but Green Bay I hate. So
He's all
Listen,
about Aaron Rodgers now.
if
He's
we
the
can
boy.
get 2 losses and maybe keep Green Bay out, go.
He got on the Kirk train, but then this guy named Aaron Rodgers boarded that train, got rid of it, kicked Kirk off, and now it's Aaron Rodgers'
He
train.
might be the captain of the train.
Yeah.
He's the conductor.
Who you got?
Go Minnesota Twins.
That's not happening either, but you know what? I was on the Kirk train, and I think I think the Vikings are really good.
Don't do it.
But
Don't you do it.
I think Aaron Rodgers,
They'll help here.
and it makes me a little sick to my stomach to say this, but I've watched the last 3 games, and he just looks like he gives an F now. So I'm going Packers by 20.
Nice. So Josh, all year I've told you how great Aaron Rodgers is. Right? Chad's come on board. He now understands how great.
I hate Aaron Rodgers.
How great he is, though. I mean, they got Aaron Rodgers Field in Chicago.
No.
He's gonna lose though.
He's going to lose.
I'm gonna take the Vikings. Upset.
No.
Yeah.
That's what you told me.
I think the Vikings have a better defense.
That's what you told me last week when they played the Dolphins.
Is it an upset?
I think it's an upset. I think the Packers are one of the hottest teams of all.
I know, but
Like they're the only team in the NFC that
you can
should
never.
scare Brock Purdy.
Hey, I'm gonna listen to this right here. The Vikings.
Brock
You
Purdy
can
is
never
so
trust the Vikings as long as Kirk Cousins is on that team.
wow, listen. We've said that.
What school did
We've
Kirk
said
Cousins go
that
to?
all
Michigan State?
all
What
season
school
long.
did Kirk Cousins go to?
the one school that doesn't count in that great state.
So like
That's a terrible state.
Yeah, you can't.
It's a beautiful
You
state.
can't.
No, it isn't. It's trash. You've been to Detroit.
Leave Detroit. You got Detroit.
Yeah, and that's
You got
trash.
Detroit.
You've been to Flint.
There's no
That's trash.
Water's horrible.
There's
there.
no bad place in Ohio.
No, not like that.
Toledo.
Toledo.
Basically, northern Michigan or southern Michigan.
Yeah. I hate people from Toledo.
We need to get another in person on this show.
How was under?
We need to even this out. This is just
Couldn't be.
every week.
You want them to be from Toledo? But I'll sit here and tell them they suck.
You leave me alone. Sure, get somebody from Toledo.
Awesome, come on. Apply. We're hiring.
All right. Before we finish up, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break again. 3 more games to pick, and we'll be right back with you. All right, we're back. We'll pick these last 2 games on Sunday. We have the new and improved Los Angeles Rams with Baker Mayfield at the helm playing the Chargers.
Well, you know how I feel about the Chargers. And Justin
You're a
Herbert.
big fan, yeah.
But I love Joey Bosa. And I hate Baker Mayfield. But I like Cooper Kupp. Rams.
But I love LaDainian Tomlinson.
I do love LaDainian Tomlinson.
If I had to draft a quarterback or a running back for a team right now, like all time, I'd pick him. Like there's some,
Everybody?
like Jim Brown, I just don't think he translates to today's game.
I don't think he does
LaDainian is
either.
the best at both things that you want in a running back nowadays.
Over Barry?
I take him over Barry. Yep, I take him over.
Sweetness.
I still think that's.
No, I mean I take Barry over Sweetness.
I'll take Sweetness.
I'm not saying they're not better than he was. I'm talking to play in today's game exactly how he is. LaDainian Tomlinson was set up to be.
No, listen, I think LaDainian Tomlinson's really good.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just think Barry's a little bit. I might take. You know who I thought was nasty?
Sean Alexander.
I thought we were having a serious
Tiki
we
Barber.
were having a serious conversation.
In all honesty, I even though it was short career, I thought Terrell Davis was really good.
Yeah, but listen,
But
he
it
had
really
migraines.
Really short.
Marshall Falk,
I like
Stud.
that for.
stud, could do it all.
Greatest
Wow.
show on turf.
Yeah,
That's
listen.
We'll jump back into our picks. We got a little sidetrack there. We got the Steelers playing the Ravens. Is Lamar back yet? You gonna play this week?
I don't know.
Let's hope.
I haven't seen anything that he was.
Let's hope not.
Because Pickett's still out too, right?
I thought so.
Mitchell.
Another week of Mitchell. That's your boy.
I like that kid.
He went to Medina, right?
Listen,
No, he did not go to Medina. He went to Mentor. Wow.
Won a state title with Medina.
I need the Ravens to make the playoffs so I can root for my favorite player, Ravens. The Ravens.
Lamar Jackson was fair.
Lamar Jackson. My man.
You just seem not like the Lamar Jackson type.
I like Lamar Jackson. I really do.
Flashy.
I liked him in
Yeah,
Louisville.
you're a very not flashy guy.
Can't understand him in interviews. Like, I never know what he's saying. I really don't.
He talks better than Patrick Mahomes.
Steelers.
Ravens. And last game, Monday night game. I think this will be a really good football game.
It's going to be a really
Bills, Bengals. Bengals are red hot.
Listen,
Bills.
they've been my Super Bowl pick. I'm still riding with them. Bills.
Bengals.
Bengals. Bengals for sure.
They're playing hot. I mean,
I think they're the hottest team. I don't think you're going to see the best the Bills got to give. They know what they got, what they're going, and where they're going to right now. I think you're going to see.
Well, this could be this is a state. You should want to win this game.
I agree. NFL is different now, though.
Right, but Josh Allen's a competitive guy, right? He don't want to come in and get beat by Joe Burrow.
Josh Allen doesn't make the decisions, though. The people who pay his contract do.
Yeah, but
They're not sitting
I'm going to say he's going to.
I don't know. I don't think they're going to sit him. I think you don't see him run the football. You know what I mean?
I don't think
They don't see you design runs.
I think they do.
I think they want to protect that asset right now more than anything. Because
I think
none of this matters.
Something as an athlete in your head will click. And
Yeah, you're gonna pull it down. You're
going to be down 3. Like
If you
that's
dislocate your knee, you had a chance
Yeah,
to
but
win the
listen,
Super Bowl.
you don't ever think like that. You don't ever
You
think
can't play scared.
Like,
I'm not. He doesn't have to play scared. I think they don't set design runs for him. I think they try to protect him. Is what I'm saying.
No, I think they let it all.
As a team,
Like,
I think he still does the things he does, But I think they tried to protect
Well, they're
him.
not going to the Super Bowl anyway, so.
Did you pick him to go to the Super Bowl?
I did.
No.
I think I did too.
I picked Bills Niners.
I picked Bills,
Niners,
Cowboys.
Chiefs. I thought Patty Mahomes would win, but now, no. Brock Purdy.
And that'll close our NFL talk for the day. And we'll close now with MLB free agency. Carlos, how's your Mets doing, Chad? Your lovely.
What is wrong with Carlos Correa's leg?
I thought it was back.
Well, that was the first thing to come out. Now it's his ankle.
Now it's his leg.
Yeah.
His right leg. So apparently it wasn't his back at
They
all.
found a buzzer.
Embedded.
That'd be awesome.
The roof's coming down. New studio.
Hey, that's how. That was the buzzer.
They found me out.
I thought that was my life. We're getting bombed. Are we in the bunker?
But yeah, your Mets are falling apart in front of you.
No, they're not. Stop.
Does this deal happen?
All I know,
Does he take less?
Has to take less.
All I know is Josh received a text message that said, "Would you give Correa $20 million for 1 year? Just say play for the Yankees."
Done. 1 year? Done.
No, Cohen's not going to.
Come win a ring.
Done.
I did see a report where they said 3 other teams
I did see that as well.
had reached out
In case that
in case. Who would that be? Like
the
Twins?
Giants. No, Giants are
it has to be the Twins. Have to be one of them.
Twins.
Like, and where do the Twins
Red
doctors?
Sox?
Red Sox to be a big play replace Bogarts.
And they're not going to waste 20
If
mil.
you get
They're not going to waste 20 mil
I'll tell you
in
what.
1 year, and they're not going to win. Like Correa doesn't make them.
No, but I could see it happening.
I could see the Yankees.
He's going to the Mets.
Yeah, Yankees sweep.
But like, to me, it's real simple. Just put like, hey, like, here's the provision in your contract. Just says if you miss blank for a leg injury, we're not liable to pay
He's
you.
not gonna sign the contract
Why wouldn't he?
because he knows it's the real deal. Like he knows he's in.
$40 million less than you're our DH.
Yeah.
No, listen, he played good.
He's still making $300 million.
He still played good defense in Minnesota. I don't know what these doctors are seeing, but shut up and pay him. What's like? Is this like? Can he not walk? It's just like, is this where we're at? He can't walk. He
Carlos
can't
Correa
run.
was pushed into the facility today.
Yeah, like this isn't a good look for Carlos Correa.
I would imagine you're going to have to take a cut in some years. You're not going to get 13 years now. No one's going to.
Well, they didn't give him.
If it's something that serious, I don't see you giving somebody a 2-digit number of years.
But listen, I mean, I think he either wants a long-term contract or a 1-year contract. And I think if his leg's as bad as it says,
1 year.
he wants a multi-year contract.
I think he wants it. I don't think he's gonna get it now.
He's going to get it. They're going to give him 10 years.
That's crazy though. Something's really scary. Like something serious. Like
It's 2 teams.
if the Giants walked away from that, there's
Yeah.
got to be a real.
Well, this makes the Giants look better, right?
Yes, 100%.
Like, now when the Mets are like, whoa, hold on. Like, what's wrong with this guy's leg? Like, like, I want to see.
4 years, $100 million come the Yankees.
I think he should, like, post something with, like, his pant leg rolled up and be like, look, it's fine.
It's fine.
Like, there's nothing wrong. Yeah. Like,
Why do your shoe backwards?
at this point, how does this guy even walk?
I did see. I think we now have the top 4 rotations in baseball figured out. We got the Mets, the Yankees, Atlanta, and the Rangers now. Avati
Yep.
signs with the Rangers.
Yeah.
Makes them really deep.
Well, he was terrible, so.
But he makes them really deep. The 5-6 guy.
Yeah, that's cool. He gave up a lot of home runs in Boston.
I mean,
How many is he going to give up in
I think
Texas?
people are living off that 2018 season that he kind of rejuvenated his career. He was terrible in New York. Terrible. But I think people are looking at that 2018 year, and that's what got him paid.
There's some underrated stats that whatever.
So what else we got, Josh?
Listen, the Padres staff's really good.
Aaron Rodgers, jump off. Here come the Padres. We're on the train. Yeehaw!
Listen, I like San Diego. I like how they built their team.
San Diego, not Ohio State. Don't care.
You know who went to San Diego State?
Marshall Falk. Marshall Falk went to San Diego State.
Tony Gwynn.
Tony Gwynn.
Okay. So did Marshall Falk.
Better than Albert Bell.
Chad, listen. I have not made fun of Albert Bell. But if you honestly think Albert Bell was a better hitter than Tony Gwynn, I may not know what to talk to you about.
Okay.
Ever again.
Well, then we're not going to talk.
There's no way.
What? No.
They were telling two different hitters.
Right.
Two different
Right.
hitters.
And if I have to pick one, I'm going to pick one that bats fourth
Oh, Lord.
and leads the league in RBIs. Not the guy that's spraying singles.
What year did Albert Bell make the Hall of Fame?
Oh, he didn't.
Oh. Rich Hill signed with the Pirates.
Who cares?
How the oldest MLB player? 42? I think 42.
Congratulations, you're getting traded at the break.
Listen, he's just, like, I get it. He's just hanging on, man. Go sign with Pirates. They're going to let you pitch. Forget it. Not wanting to hang it up yet.
Get our paycheck.
Yeah, you're going to be bad on a bad team, but you still play Major League Baseball.
Yeah, you do it.
I do it. Absolutely, I do it.
Well, he's getting traded at the break.
Listen, we're going to send you down to the minors. All right.
He ain't going to the minors. He's making $8 million.
No,
I'm
man.
paying him $8 million to go to the minors.
I get it. If you could just hang on and play as long as you can, good for him.
Well, listen, he only has to play there until July.
When he goes to a contender?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Like, you wouldn't want a lefty, like, someone's going to need rotation.
I like Rich Hill.
Like, just to get innings.
I don't think he's something now that puts you over.
No, but he's a guy that can give you quality starts.
He can eat some innings.
Like, in the
But
five
is he
spot.
going to get an important game in the playoffs?
No, but I mean, if you're the Yankees and Cole shut down for a couple weeks, somebody else is shut down for a couple weeks, Rich Hill could fill in.
I got you. I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? And then he gives you depth.
Yeah.
He's getting moved.
All right, what else we got?
Kluber, Chad just said today, Kluber to the Red Sox.
Yeah, the Klubot.
I have to officially hate the Klubot.
He hasn't been relevant.
Your no-hitter in New York is gone now. Gone.
Yeah, well, congratulations, Boston.
Gone.
Corey Kluber was good 7 years ago.
Can't do it. Can't root for him.
What else we got?
Craig Kimbrell to the Phillies.
I think I saw a stat. He's like 6 saves away from 300 or whatever it is, or something like that, 200. Big time accomplishment. So
He was terrible last year.
can't get 6 saves.
No.
You don't think he can get 6 saves?
Well, he's not going to be their closer.
I think they could give 6 saves though. Like
No, Sir Anthony Dominguez is going to be their closer. Like, that guy's nasty.
Michael Conforto to the Giants. It's a good move.
Well, he hasn't played in 2 years, so
Yeah, I mean,
it's like Deshaun Watson. He's probably now poop.
One that I guess I don't understand was a trade. McCann, Mets traded him to Baltimore. Well, McCann's still a good catcher.
they get back anything in turn?
I don't know what they got out of it.
They didn't really get. No, it's like a process. They got a process. They basically. I think it might have been for cash, honestly. But
It
like,
surprises me.
it surprises me on. Well, it doesn't surprise me for the Mets because you got Omar Navarez,
Right, but
and they got
McCann's still a good
the guy's
catcher.
name, the Italian guy I can't pronounce,
That
Guillaume or whatever.
Oh no, Makizaki?
Yeah,
I mean, he can still hit in your lineup. Like, he can serve as a DH. He can still catch. I mean, he's still.
Well, yeah. Well, what's he going to do?
He's a
Baltimore
ball player.
Yeah, he ain't going to play very much.
DH and be the backup.
You really want him to DH? Maybe against left-handed pitching.
I mean, I can't imagine him trading for him and him not playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a leader in the clubhouse to a young team.
We did have an extension as well, correct?
Yeah, Sean Murphy to Atlanta, 6 years, $73 million.
Atlanta's the smartest franchise in baseball.
Yeah, listen, that's a great move. That's
Like, I think they have Acuna locked up to 2032. Albies is locked up. Austin Riley's locked up. Now they lock up Murphy, and they just hit the luxury tax with Murphy's extension. So now they're going to go try to lock up Max Fried.
Yeah.
I think a big move for them might have been not letting Brady get to Houston.
But you got Matt Olson. Where are you going to... I mean...
I think Abreu, with that roster...
I guess Abreu could have DH'd. I think their question marks are really in the outfield. Like, what do you get out of Marcelo Zuna?
Yeah.
And what do you get out of the lefty? He was in Cleveland. God, he's a bomb. Rosario.
Listen, I love the moves the Braves make. I think they've set themselves up for a long
But
run.
they could be really good for a long time.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, they're not as good as the Mets
I'm
right
a big
now,
Murphy fan. I like everything about that.
I didn't understand. I guess I just don't understand that trade. To give away William Contreras, who was an all-star, to get Sean Murphy. Like, I would have rather had...
Maybe it was an internal thing. You don't see a lot of bad news leaking out with the Braves.
No, but, like, I just didn't understand that trade.
No, I thought the same, but maybe it's an internal thing one way or another.
All right, you got anything else? Anything else we saw or want to talk about?
Blue Jays made a
Stink.
trade. They stink!
I've said this to Josh a few times. The Blue Jays don't do anything to make themselves good enough to be relevant.
Well, they traded Lourdes Gurriel
Okay.
and Gabriel Moreno
Okay.
to the Diamondbacks.
For what?
Dalton Varsho.
Yeah. Okay. They don't get better to make themselves relevant come World Series time. There's not.
Okay, well,
They
you
need,
said what else happened?
They-
I was just letting you know.
They needed a shortstop. Did they get one?
Still Bobo.
They needed better rotation pitching. Did they get any?
Mm-mm.
No. They still stink.
They don't stink.
They stink. They've been the same team for 5 years and never been
I'll
successful.
make the playoffs.
Did they?
Yeah,
this year?
absolutely.
Yeah, they'll make the playoffs.
Did they this year?
Yeah, they lost to Seattle.
And that's
They should've-
that's the extent of their.
They should have beat Seattle.
That's the extent of their ability with the team they have.
I don't think it is.
You do when you have the Padres and
Well, they don't have to worry about them. for the World
no,
Series.
but you have teams building these super teams now. Like you can't compete if you don't keep adapting and changing it or get really young and do things like they stayed the same.
They've got that patch of youth. They just didn't go out and get anything to
Make
build
them better.
off of
Yeah,
that,
they didn't get any better.
like free agency wise. I think they've got a decent team assembled that can make the playoffs. They just didn't go out and make themselves better than a first round loss.
I agree. Alrighty, I think that's it though. Thank you all very much. Next week we'll be moving to 2 episodes a week. So stay tuned for
we
that.
get to be on twice?
Twice.
Yeah, they're lucky.
Yeah, I know.
Crazy money.
Woo!
As Ric Flair would say, style and